Hi y'all, this is how to do the descriptive statistics lab for our class. First of all, you need to view the little video tutorial on how to enable the statistical analysis tool pack. It takes about a minute, so watch that one first and then come back. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We have 5 parts worth 6 points each. So the first thing we're going to do is find the weather history for Tucson or for wherever you grew up or wherever you want really. And I use this almanac.com/weather history. So just cut and paste this and it takes you to the Old Farmer's Almanac. And they've been around for over 100 years and they've done a really good job on finding or on predicting the weather a year out. But they also have all this historical data. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to that site, and then it says take a screenshot of the site you used and paste enough of it onto your one page. Okay? So to do a screenshot, you go to your keyboard and press Shift, and then across the top row, somewhere you will see a PRTSC. That's your print screen. Okay, so I'm going to click on that and it's done. And it's waiting for where you want to put that. So I'm going to go here to a brand new clean document. I'm going to move this over here. And then I'm going to put a couple of spaces so I have some room up top. And I'm going to paste. And there's my screenshot. See, it has everything on there. I don't want that. So I'm going to double click on this and it takes me automatically to format and I'm going to crop. So there are handles at the corners and on the sides and so I can take out anything I don't want. Now we're going to have a lot of information on here, so I just need enough to know that you went to a site. You could stop up here if you wanted to, or you could, I'm going to go to here and then I'm going to go ahead and click on crop again, and there it is. Oh, I don't like that one too well. I want to take this top part off because that's extra, and then crop again. Okay, so there we go. That part's done. And then what I'm going to do is find the mean temperature in Tucson on the day I was born. So I'm going to go here and 1957, December 26th, my hometown. And it's going to tell me the minimum temperature that day, the mean temperature that day, and the maximum temperature that day. And so I'm going to create my little Excel file. And for each year, I'm going to go ahead and put my information there. Let me delete this real quick. I recorded this earlier and didn't exactly get everything cleaned up. Didn't get it all on there. So now there's a 33-second one that we don't want to use. So here's how you do it. Now I'm guessing that some of you are much younger. So let's say that you were born in the year 2000. There we go. And then 2001. Now what you can do now is you can grab this little button in this corner and drag it down and it'll, oops, no, I see I had to grab both of them. So let me go back one and do that. Okay, so you have to grab both of them or it doesn't know it's a pattern. It just repeats whatever you had. So I'm going to go like that. There we go. Goes all the way to 2018. I want to see if it'll let me go. There we go. So then you can enter your temperatures here. All right? So I'm going to get this out of the way and just use my old data that I put in there. Cut and delete. Here we go. Okay, so now I need to go in, enter all that, right? And I'm going to enter the data in Excel and calculate descriptive statistics. This is the data. The years are not the data. I don't need statistics on the years in order. So I'm going to copy all of this. That's going to be my data. Now I go up to data, and if I don't see data analysis, then I need to go back to how to enable the statistical analysis tool pack. So watch that screencast. But here it is. And the default is descriptive statistics, so good. I already have these covered, so there they are. The data is in columns. This is a column. If the data went across like that, I'd have to click the other one. I didn't cover the word temperature, so I don't need to tell it that it's got labels there. Now the default is it's going to go ahead and start a new sheet. Well, you don't want to do that. You want it to be right next to your data. And then you put where you want that data, upper left-hand corner, to be. So I usually skip something, and then I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to say E6. Make sure that you didn't put it there. You have to be clicked here. So sometimes it's better just to go in and type it to make sure you don't have a problem. Then you click Summary Statistics, and you're all good. So, okay. And there are my results. Now, you can't read this. There's one standard here and another standard there. So we need to go all the way up here and get between these where we see that little cross and double-click, and it'll automatically make it the right size. So here's my mean, 52.8. There's my standard deviation, 10.3. And so those are the two main numbers I'm going to be interested in. We got the range, the minimum, maximum, sum, count, and so forth. I didn't go all the way to 2019 because that would be really long. So I need to put these two things on my chart, on my one page too. So I'm going to copy this and go to my one page again. There it is. And let's put this in here. Skip a line, and I can have all these options to paste, and I really want the smallest one because, so that would be like that or like that. I'm going to go with that. If I had covered the word temperature, that would appear here. That would have been actually pretty cool, right? All right. So then it also says enter the data and copy and paste the Excel part of the page with the data and the results. So there's the results, and then let's go back on here and get the data. And here's my data. So I'm going to cover it all up, right click, copy. Now I'm going to go back down here to my one page. There it is. There it is. All right. And I'm going to paste that in. I'd like a little bit of lines to keep those straight. Now, it's going over one page, I know, but I'm going to show you how to fix that. Now we need to create an appropriate graph. So you know how we do that. We pull up this Excel sheet, and then I'm going to leave that there and move the graph. So we want to make a graph of this stuff right here. So there we go. Now let's go to Insert and look for a recommended chart. So don't pick this one because look, that's no good. That one's okay. This one's okay. We don't need a histogram, but it's okay. This one's okay. Oh, look, that doesn't show many years. I'm going to pick that one and then enter it. I'm going to move it down a little so you can see. And then I'm going to need to give this a better title. So I'm going to I had written that one in earlier. There we go. And then like average temperature on my birthdays, or average temperature on, December 26th. Now here we got all this. Now we're going to need those axis titles though. So we get a little plus there, add the axis title, go up here and type in year. There we go, enter, go in here and type in temperature, T-E-M-P-E-R-A-T-U-R-E, enter, there it is, that was easy. Now I want to put that on there too, so that my graph goes on that page. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to go back to my page where I'm putting all my information. Now, on purpose, I left some space so that I could put the graph up here, because I think that's going to look better longer. And so I'm going to stretch that out a little bit. But remember, I can make it smaller or larger, but I want to be able to see the information. Oh, you know, see what happened to the years? If I just go in a little more, it looks even better. Okay, so I've done that, and now I need to write this sentence. On my birthday, about 68% of the time, the average range of temperatures was between, okay, so I'm going to copy that. I'm going to scroll down to the end here, and I'm going to put my sentence in. Now I need to take my mean, which was 52.8, and subtract my standard deviation. So here was my 52.8, and then my 10.3. And if I take 52.8 and subtract 10.3, I get 42.5. So that's one standard deviation. So I took my mean and took that standard deviation below that 34%. And then I'm going to take my mean of 52.8 and add 10, and I get 63.1. So, degrees, I'm going to add that in. Period. So, you're going to take your mean and subtract the standard deviation, and that's your low end, and your mean, and add the standard deviation, and that's the low end. And now all we have left is to get this all on one page. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take, I know the longest thing I have is my data. Let me get rid of that. The longest thing I have is my data. So I'm going to take this birthday sentence and move it up above my data so that I can have some extra room here. Let me get a little space in there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this more narrow. I could have just cropped it, couldn't I? In fact, I can still do that. I can crop it and get rid of some of this dead space, because now what I want to do is start here at this and go all the way down to the bottom. And now I'm going to go to layout. And I'm going to tell it to make that last part, everything under the graph, 2 columns. And there it is. And look, we came up a little short. There's my sentence. There's everything I need in there. I don't know what that happened there. Oh, it was just a space because it wasn't wide enough. See, I wonder if I could, there we go. I could do that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to layout and go to margins. Now notice it's not your name or my name or anything on there because we don't have space for that. I'm going to make my margins narrow. Whoops. I wanted to make all my margins narrow. There we go. So see what happened? It gave me more space. I could stretch this out. No, don't like it like that. And it's all on there. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things on there. And that is how you do your data analysis lab. All right, so let me know if you have any problems. Bye-bye.